Hello, knowledge seekers. In this episode of 20-Minute Books, we delve into the enlightening world of Smarter Tomorrow, penned by the distinguished brain researcher Elizabeth R. Ricker. Published in 2021, the book presents an engaging exploration of neurohacking, a cutting-edge technique to enhance the capabilities of the human brain. Ricker offers a comprehensive guide on how to harness neurohacking to boost memory, foster creativity, refine emotional regulation, and strengthen executive functioning. The book is a treasure trove of practical advice for self-testing and experimentation, all rigorously supported by the latest findings in neuroscience. As a respected authority in cognitive enhancement and neurohacking, Elizabeth R. Ricker brings a wealth of knowledge to the subject. With her experience delivering lectures on brain science across the globe and her role in advising Silicon Valley ventures, technology startups, schools, and even a Fortune 500 company, Ricker stands as an expert whose insights will captivate anyone eager to advance their cognition. Smarter Tomorrow is an essential read for thinkers striving to hone their cognitive abilities, budding neuroscientists, brain enthusiasts, and individuals keen to keep pace with the ever-evolving landscape of modern science. Join us as we unpack the secrets to upgrading your brain and stepping into a smarter tomorrow. Smarter Tomorrow. How 15 minutes of neurohacking a day can help you work better, think faster, and get more done. Introduction. Unlock your brain's potential with the power of neurohacking. Have you ever felt confined by your own mental capabilities? Perhaps you're under the impression that your intellect won't grow beyond its current bounds, or that creativity is a fixed trait you either have or don't. And maybe, just maybe, you've resigned yourself to the idea that your memory will always play tricks on you. The truth is, such beliefs sell your brain short because none of them are set in stone. Today, there's a burgeoning realm of cognitive enhancement at your fingertips. It's called neurohacking, and it's the master key to unlocking your brain's full potential. Neurohacking isn't just a fad, it's grounded in the solid science of brain plasticity, or neuroplasticity, which asserts that our brains are adaptable, capable of growth and change throughout our lives. By borrowing techniques and knowledge from the field of neuroscience, you can learn how to effectively rewire your brain to boost your memory, ignite your creative spark, and expand the capabilities of your most vital organ, your brain. In this exploration of neurohacking, we'll delve into the unexpected advantages of ADHD and how it can be wielded like a superpower, practical methods for nurturing and cultivating creativity regardless of your starting point, and the intriguing insights that the art of archery offers about the formation and strengthening of neuronal connections. Part 1. Embrace the neurohacker's journey through self-discovery and personal trials. Picture a life hack as a clever shortcut, a nifty trick you uncover that propels you a few steps forward with minimal effort. Now, imagine applying that concept to the vast expanse of your mind. Welcome to the world of neurohacking, an engaging pursuit where the aim is to uncover mental shortcuts that elevate cognitive functions, sharpen reflexes, and even soothe psychological ailments. To draw a parallel, think of a computer hacker who meticulously understands the intricate system they're navigating. This level of intimacy is what a neurohacker aspires to with their own neural network, treating their brain as an exquisite and complex supercomputer. But unlike the broad strokes of generic self-help advice, neurohacking is a deeply personal odyssey. It demands true self-awareness and the courage to become an experimenter in the laboratory of your mind. Here's the crux. Neurohacking is about self-knowledge paired with self-experimentation. Adopting the mantle of a do-it-yourself scientist, neurohackers aren't just curious. They are methodical in measuring their brain's capabilities and relentlessly seek out interventions to amplify them. Let's say your memory isn't what you'd like it to be. A neurohacker would start by benchmarking their memory skills, tracking improvements over trials and time. And guess what? There's never been a better time to embark on this journey of self-knowledge. We live in a golden era of technological assistance. A myriad of apps stand ready to help you record your linguistic prowess, memory feats, and much more. But it doesn't stop there. These tracking tools can also help identify external factors that might be hindering your cognitive prowess. Examine the intriguing experience of Mark Drangsholt, a scientist plagued by perplexing episodes of brain fog, troublesome gaps in focus and memory. When traditional medical avenues offered little respite, Drangsholt became the architect of his own solution. He gathered a wealth of data, from cognitive assessments to genetic profiles, and took this cache back to his physician. A breakthrough followed. A diagnosis of narrowed blood vessels impacting his brain function. This discovery, born of self-experimentation, might have remained elusive without Drangsholt's proactive neurohacking approach. This story highlights the transformative power of self-knowledge in neurohacking, a power we all wield. As we venture deeper into the realm of neurohacking, you'll learn how to harness such self-investigation for your cognitive enhancement. Part 2. Discover the unique and adaptable architecture of your brain. Embarking on the neurohacker's path, one fundamental truth you should embrace is the profound uniqueness and adaptability of your brain. Much like the one-of-a-kind intricacies of a snowflake, there's no other brain quite like yours in the world. Even if you have an identical twin, your mind's neurological pathways will be distinct from theirs. Your brain's individuality isn't just a product of birth. Scientists estimate that genetics account for only half of your intelligence. The rest, it's shaped by an array of non-genetic elements, encompassing the breadth of your experiences and habits. This insight carries with it an empowering message. Your brain is not set in stone. It is editable, waiting for you to sculpt it. And here lies a crucial insight. Your brain's wiring is uniquely your own, and it's open to change. Consider the concept of neuroplasticity, the ongoing, dynamic process where neuronal connections in your brain evolve as you acquire skills or forge new habits. On the flip side, neglect a skill or break a habit, and those connections may dissolve. It's essentially a neurological dance of use it or lose it. Neuroscientists summarize this gracefully. Neurons that fire together wire together, and conversely, neurons that fall out of sync lose their link. Imagine learning a guitar chord for the first time. That initial strum sets off a flurry of new connections within your brain. As you rehearse, those connections don't just multiply, they refine and streamline. A fascinating glimpse of this was revealed in 2014 when a team of South Korean researchers employed brain imaging techniques on archers of varying expertise, from novices to Olympic champions. The beginners' brains were alive with activity, buzzing with the challenge of a fresh endeavor. In stark contrast, seasoned Olympians displayed activity in only select brain areas when releasing an arrow, a testament to their brain's honed efficiency. This notion of neuroplasticity indicates that any perceived deficiency can be tackled and transformed through deliberate practice. But here's a twist. What we often see as impediments could in fact be hidden superpowers. Take ADHD, a trait that is surprisingly prevalent among emergency room surgeons who thrive on short bursts of intense focus rather than prolonged attention spans. Therefore, before you dive into neurohacking, make introspection your first step. Know your brain, identify your particular traits, and you can tailor a neurohacking strategy that amplifies your inherent talents instead of simply striving for a neurotypical norm. It's about enhancing what makes you uniquely you rather than conforming to a standard. Know yourself and then begin your journey to neurohack wisely and effectively. Part 3. Enhance your mental leadership skills with executive function neurohacking. Consider the notion of leadership on a personal level. In high school, the author observed a peer who displayed a remarkable knack for guiding discussions, for seeing beyond the surface, and weaving together diverse strands of conversations. This individual was Mark Zuckerberg, and even at that age, he exemplified a capacity called executive functioning, a cognitive superpower that underpins successful navigation, both scholastically and professionally. And here lies the essence. Executive functioning is a vital ability that can be improved through neurohacking. Imagine executive functioning as the executive leader of your mind's boardroom. It steers the various cognitive departments, such as memory and creativity, towards achieving your life's ambitions. There are three pillars to this mental aptitude: working memory, inhibition, and flexibility. Working memory allows you to retain and manipulate information on the fly, like juggling pieces of a puzzle to see the big picture. Inhibition is akin to an internal editor that knows just when to pause before you speak, and flexibility grants you the mental agility to leap gracefully from one idea to the next, harmonizing them into a coherent vision. To bolster executive functioning through neurohacking, you must first understand your baseline. Explore tests such as the Stroop color and word test, readily available online, to measure your executive sub-abilities. The Stroop test confronts you with color words printed in mismatched ink and challenges you to either name the color or read the word. Exactly the kind of task that tests your inhibition. Once you have an idea of where you stand, experiment with interventions that might sharpen your skills. An intriguing strategy to try is harnessing the placebo effect. Before taking on a new test, dress the part of an executive. Don a lab coat or slip into a power suit, and prime yourself with the belief that this ensemble will enhance your cognitive performance. By asserting that studies have shown wearing this attire boosts executive functions, you tap into the power of suggestion. Take the assessment again and notice the impact. You may find that this simple act of belief, paired with a symbolic affirmation of your capabilities, leads to a measurable uptick in your executive functioning prowess. This is just one example of the potential that lies in neurohacking, the ability to turn personal quirks into tailored strategies for cognitive enhancement. It's about optimizing the executive within your mind to guide you to smarter tomorrows. Part 4. Master your emotions for success with trainable, emotional self-regulation. Picture yourself at a solemn occasion, a funeral. Amid the heartfelt grief, a flicker of laughter sparks within you, triggered by an entirely unrelated thought. Surveying the faces of mourning around you, you realize the social peril of giving in to the inappropriate urge to laugh. Yet, you manage to maintain composure. This display of restraint is thanks to your capability for emotional self-regulation, the often unseen rudder that lets us navigate our emotional seas with decorum and sensitivity. It's this ability to channel our emotions appropriately, to influence our feelings, thoughts, and even our physiological responses that can be the linchpin to thriving relationships, academic success, and workplace advancement. The takeaway is clear. Emotional self-regulation is a cornerstone of success, and, encouragingly, it's an area you can cultivate. As with strengthening executive functions, enhancing emotional self-regulation begins with establishing your current standing. Assess yourself with reflective questions designed to gauge your emotional control. How well can you resist impulse reactions under emotional pressure? What is your capacity for self-soothing when distressed? Can you shift your emotional state at will? Measure your responses on a scale to provide a quantitative sense of your emotional control, and remember, for meaningful neurohacking, consistency is key. Once you've ascertained your emotional regulation skills, you're ready for targeted interventions. Start with a proactive approach. Consider a stressor in your life, perhaps a looming deadline or a personal conflict, and let it linger in your thoughts purposefully for a few minutes. Next, transition into 10 minutes of mindfulness meditation. In a tranquil environment, close your eyes and attune your focus to the ebb and flow of your breath. Whenever your mind starts to drift, gently rein it back to your breathing. This practice isn't just meditative, it's a workout for your brain, fortifying the neural pathways responsible for emotional regulation. By intentionally confronting distress and then employing mindfulness to process it, you're not merely engaging in self-care, you're actively rewiring your brain for emotional resilience. With continued dedication to such neurohacking exercises, mastering the art of emotional self-regulation will increasingly become a natural part of your repertoire, equipping you for a future of thoughtful, calibrated responses to life's challenges. Part 5. Accelerate your learning and memory capabilities with neurohacking techniques. Every so often, you might encounter an individual who seems to defy the bounds of normal learning and memory. These prodigious learners soak up new skills and recall information with elephantine prowess, mastering tasks and languages with apparent ease. For the majority, however, enhancing memory and learning speed requires deliberate effort, and rightfully so, as these cognitive skills are increasingly becoming currency in the knowledge economy. Embrace this empowering notion. Neurohacking can ignite your memory and expedite your learning journey. Consider the competitive edge that a stellar memory and swift learning ability confer. They are not mere conveniences but necessities for both personal growth and professional achievement. A robust memory is a time saver. Fluent language skills keep the conversation flowing without the crutch of translation tools. Likewise, a skilled learner inspires trust and competency. Nobody yearns for a surgeon who second-guesses their expertise mid-operation. As we look to a future where artificial intelligence reshapes job landscapes, the capacity to adapt with quick knowledge acquisition will separate the thrivers from the survivors. If the prospect of enhancing your memory and learning prowess seems daunting, take heart. Neurohacking holds the key to unlocking your potential. Begin by understanding your current abilities. This will set the stage for tracking your progress. To assess your memory, try this simple experiment. Have someone jot down 20 unrelated words. Give yourself a minute to memorize them, then pull back, allowing your mind to rest for a short interval. Finally, try to recall as many words as possible within another minute's window. To supercharge your memory and learning pace, tap into technology with tools like the Anki app, a free resource for spaced repetition, a proven method to bolster retention. Alternatively, traditional flashcards can serve the same purpose. Whet your appetite for knowledge by selecting a subject that genuinely intrigues you, be it an exotic language or a scientific field. Commit to a daily 15-minute study session, applying the principles of spaced repetition in your learning regimen. When you feel you've gained some ground, put your memory to the test once again, recalling words from your area of interest. Witnessing your advancement can be exhilarating. Tangible proof that your mental agility is leveling up thanks to the discipline of neurohacking. Part 6. Nurture your creative spark into a roaring flame. Creativity can be shrouded in mystique, often regarded as a fleeting or elusive virtue. It brings to mind the romantic image of artists being struck by sudden, unexplained surges of inspiration, a divine whisper from the muse, leaving as swiftly as it arrived. This whimsical notion perpetuates the belief that creativity is an innate gift, a binary trait that you either possess in abundance or lack entirely. But let's demystify creativity. It's a skill you can develop with intention and practice. Here's something to consider. Creativity is a craft you can actively cultivate. Look to the experimental schools of Shanghai, where creativity isn't just celebrated, it's quantified and trained. Students aren't solely evaluated on the originality or quality of their art. They're also encouraged to maintain a prolific output. Quantity of creative work becomes a benchmark, a pedagogical strategy built on the understanding that volume beats perfection when it comes to overcoming the inhibitions that can stifle creativity. This approach acknowledges a pattern evident in history's creative giants. Picasso produced an astonishing 20,000 works, and Bach's prolific catalog exceeds 1,000 compositions. Their vast creative legacies suggest that quantity breeds confidence and skill. Granted, creativity is arguably the most intangible of cognitive abilities. Still, it's possible to gauge and even expand your creative limits. You can begin by selecting something ordinary, a rock perhaps, and brainstorming all possible uses for it. This exercise pushes the bounds of your imagination, and your list of ideas becomes a measure of your creative potential. Ready for a neurohacking intervention to boost your creativity? Instead of donning a power suit, introduce invigorating scents like cinnamon or peppermint into your workspace. Engage in a new ritual, telling yourself, scientific studies confirm that these fragrances kindle creativity. This mental placebo can be your secret catalyst for innovation. Immerse yourself in a creative pursuit, be it writing a short story, sketching, or revamping your living space. This isn't just about the action you take, but about nurturing a mindset of creative freedom. Over time, consistently challenge yourself with the brainstorming activity, noting how your answers evolve. With each trial, you'll likely find that your ideas become more diverse and your confidence in your creativity more steadfast. This is the magic of neurohacking, transforming what seems like an obscure talent into an evolving art form through deliberate effort and self-belief. Final summary. In the dynamic and continually evolving world of cognitive enhancement, one term stands out: neurohacking. This innovative approach embraces the concept of neuroplasticity, the malleability of our brains, to empower individuals to fine-tune their mental functions. Whether you seek to sharpen your executive abilities, unleash creative genius, navigate emotions with grace, or bolster your memory, neurohacking offers a roadmap to personal cognitive excellence. At its core, neurohacking is a two-step dance of self-assessment followed by targeted interventions. You begin by establishing your current cognitive abilities across various domains. Once you have your baseline, you can engage in tailored exercises and creative strategies designed to strengthen those neural pathways. This is not a one-size-fits-all solution. It's a deeply personal journey of becoming the architect of your own mind. Through neurohacking, you can reinvent the way you function in your everyday life. It promises a future where executive functioning, creativity, emotional intelligence, and memory are not just innate traits but skills that can be honed and enhanced, transforming the potential of your brain into your most profound resource. Embrace the neurohacker's ethos and watch as the doors to smarter tomorrows swing wide open before you. Thank you for joining me today on this journey of learning and discovery as we explored the insights of another thought-provoking book in our growing library of knowledge. If you've enjoyed our time together, please take a moment to follow our podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share 20-minute books with other knowledge seekers. Your support truly means a lot. Don't forget to join me again in the next episode, where we will delve into another enriching book. Until then, happy reading and happy listening.